Jimmy writes in, hey, Norton and Heron, I was at my local Costco and was wondering, where are Sharp Aquos HDTVs made? Heron already talked about Samsung, and you guys already went over the Vizio and Sony Bravia HDTVs are the same. We did. Thanks for all the great HD news. Jimmy C. in Montebello, California.
Sakai City, Japan.
That's where Sharp...
Type that into Google Earth and watch the camera go, woo, dive right in.
Do they make the glass there and the HDTVs there?
Usually, especially for the largest screen sizes, 50 inches and above, you're typically making that glass nearby because it's so difficult to transport at any distance.
Oh, interesting.
The dangers of it shattering. When you got a millimeter thick sheet of glass that's the size of a king-size bed,
right,
it's difficult to move that around.
That would be ugly.
Yeah.
Now, when did you or I say that Vizio and Sony Bravia...
Sony and Samsung.
Sony and Samsung?
I've said that repeatedly.
Are the same televisions?
Not the exact same TVs, of course. But
similar quality?
They share technology quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Samsung and Sony came together to develop I think it's a corporation called the SLCD Corp. And basically, a lot of the panel technology is shared by both companies. Samsung does a lot of the legwork, but Sony has their own development and technology as well for manufacturing. But if you look carefully at those screens, you will see that they're pretty much the same damn thing.
What about Vizio? Does Vizio share technology with Sony and Samsung?
Vizio's a third-party manufacturer. They source the parts, they put their sets, they have their sets put together to their tolerances, and then they ship them out. Most of their screens come from LG Electronics, so when you buy a Vizio, you're usually getting, the panel itself is probably made by LG in most cases. And for most of except for LG and Samsung, two Korean companies, the other manufacturers are mostly based out of Japan. There's a couple of Chinese manufacturers as well that still make everything from tube TVs up to LCDs, some of the smaller screens. But for the majority of TVs made, they do come out of Japan. So
good to know.
Yeah.